So I'm going out to run some errands today. Gonna be filming a few things along the way. Just wanted to make sure everybody knows, no, I don't curl my hair to go out and run errands. But I did curl it yesterday for church, and this is day 2 hair because I don't wash my hair every day. So, real life.
You are worthy of it all. You are worthy of it all. For from you are all things, and to you are all things. You deserve the glory.
Max, say hi. Hi. We're at the grocery store and we are going to be shopping, and I thought I would just talk a little bit about our health journey over the last 10 years and what has helped us to become healthier, to be more knowledgeable about what we put in our bodies, how it affects us. Obviously, there's a ton of information that can be very overwhelming when it comes to what we put in our bodies, you know, toxins and pesticides and organic this and healthy that, get rid of this, you know, incorporate that into your life. So there's a whole bunch of information that can be very overwhelming. But what I know is that God has not given us a spirit of fear. He's given us power, love, and a sound mind. And so I try to live by that principle even when I'm coming across information that could be, you know, scary or potentially feel threatening or make you feel overwhelmed. So little by little, over the last 10 years, we've done small things to become healthier and to just be aware of what we're putting in our bodies and overall how it affects our health. So one of the things that we've done is we primarily shop kind of the outside of the store, meaning more of the fresh produce, fruits, vegetables, lean meats and proteins and things, and not as much the center aisles of the store where there's going to be a lot more boxed things, processed things, definitely, you know, things that have been altered genetically, and that all affects the toxic load on our bodies. Max, are you helping to unload the dishes?
Yeah.
Oh, good job. I love that you're such a helper. One of the things that has also helped us when grocery shopping is to think through which products do we want to really emphasize buying organic, because then they will have much fewer, you know, pesticides and things that are going to disrupt our body, and which ones we can get away with not buying organic because they're not as much at risk for hurting our bodies. So if you don't know, just really quickly, yeah, you can grab a bag, buddy. Really quickly, pesticides and things that they treat all of our produce with in conventional farming really take a toll on our body. Not only does our body not process it well, it affects our cells, you know, at a cellular level, and then disrupts our hormone system and our endocrine system, which obviously can cause a lot of issues when you think about it, from inflammation to pain in the body to, you know, carcinogen effect, cancers, all of that. So when you really are empowered with the knowledge about that, you can make good choices. And if you Google, if you've never heard of this, if you Google the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15, then it helps you to know which produce are at the most risk for being full of toxins, pesticides. They're not organically grown. They probably have genetically modified seeds, which also is a whole other issue. I'm not gonna get on that soapbox right now. But if you use those two, Clean 15, Dirty Dozen, that will help guide you to make the best produce decisions. So apples is one of the biggest things that has so many pesticides, very high risk, and so we make sure that we always buy apples organic. On the other hand, more of the citrus fruits that have thick rinds are not as much at risk, and so that's not something that we necessarily buy organic. So we're trying to have balance in our healthy living. He's like, that one doesn't look good.
Yeah.
Okay, 3. One more. You get one more? Good job. 4. So one other thing we try to do is find alternatives for things that we normally like. So for instance, bacon, which everybody loves bacon, right? You can get turkey bacon as a substitute. Obviously it's not going to be quite as tasty, but sometimes you just really like to have bacon. And this Jenny O at only $2.99 is actually a great deal. It's much cheaper than regular bacon and much healthier. At the very least though, with all the bacon that's out there, try to find something that's nitrate or nitrite free. Just now sitting down to lunch. Gonna have a wrap and some peppers and some blueberries. My helper today.
Yeah.
Sure. I'm really happy to see, companies that normally aren't providing any sort of organic anything, actually starting to do non-GMO now, and it's, priced like your normal green beans would be priced, which is great because genetically modified organisms, GMO, are not something we want in our bodies. One of the reasons why I tend to do grocery shopping week to week, except for my Costco runs, is because then you can kind of shop the sales and kind of meal plan around it. I know it doesn't put you as far out as far as your planning goes, but like I was just able to get a really awesome price on wild caught salmon, which Jim and I try to do salmon or fish once a week. So yeah, you can check your sales. This happened to be at Schnucks, which I know is not a nationwide chain necessarily, but check your deals. Plan week to week. Some great men right there. While I'm out running some errands, I am picking up some clothes for Max via a swap group online. You have a online community kind of swap and sell group, I highly recommend it. I basically have been able to get Max's wardrobe since he was, 1 or so for free, doing swap and sell trades and buying and selling things, and it's been pretty cool. I've not spent very much at all, and I feel like it kind of is a bit of a fulfillment of being a Proverbs 31 woman, just trying to be industrious and smart, using time. I can't go out and actually like buy a field or whatever necessarily, literally like the scripture says, but swap and sells are great ways to get rid of stuff that you're not using anymore and then pay for the new stuff that you do need. What did you eat?
Yes? Who's all this?
Wait, what is this, Max?
Watermelon.
What is it?
Watermelon.
Watermelon? Is that why your face is orange? Ew. So a couple final thoughts on just getting healthier, eating healthier, shopping healthier, thinking about what's going on in and on our bodies and all of that. I just really encourage people not to try to overhaul every aspect of health in your life all at once. Just gets too overwhelming and everything just seems so magnified and huge and impossible. If you really start small and just make little changes over time, it does end up adding up to a lot. I actually vlogged on it earlier this year, and kind of made a list of what we had kind of been changing over the last 10 years and didn't even realize how big of a list it had become of things that we now do different than we did before. And when you come into the knowledge of something, you have a decision to make, a choice to make on what you're going to do with that knowledge. And so as you come across information and knowledge, if you just make little choices, then you'll be healthier. One instance I know that has made a difference is that we don't drink cow's milk anymore. I know there's been all the campaigns, drink milk, got milk, it helps your bones and calcium and all that stuff. There's actually a lot of evidence to the contrary, and it ends up hurting people's digestive tracts, and we're seeing a lot more, allergies and stuff with that, which is probably a number of things going on that contribute to all the allergies, not just the milk itself. However, We replaced that with almond milk for almost everything that we normally would have had cow's milk before, and it was a transition, it was a change. It doesn't taste exactly the same, you know, texture might be a little different, but if you really care about your body and the information that you're receiving, then you know it's okay, and you make it work. Occasionally we might grab some milk for a special recipe if it really needs it, but we just typically don't make a lot of those things anymore that need it. And so that works out well. Now, that does not mean we've given up all cheese, because hello, it's cheese. But I would say, you know, we've drastically reduced the impact that cow's milk and the certain, you know, proteins that are in it that just are not digested by our system. So we've reduced that. Another example would be in our laundry area, you know, using detergents, soaps, cleansers. Those all have tons of toxins and things that, you know, obviously hurt our body. They disrupt our bodies, can cause all sorts of issues on the cellular level, as well as irritate even sinuses and everything else with all the scents and perfumes. And so we've transitioned over to using either free and clear products that don't have any, you know, man-made perfumes or things that are going to agitate our skin, agitate our body. For our dryer, we don't use dryer sheets anymore. We have wool dryer balls, and then you can scent those with essential oil if you'd like, and they do the same job as what a dryer sheet does, and end up being cheaper in the long run because you can keep them for 6 months to a year. So anyway, small changes add up to big change over time, and I just want to encourage you guys, don't be afraid to just start making those small steps, because it is helpful. Every step is helpful. So we'll talk to you later. What is it? Is it thunder and lightning?
I bet some people are praying.
You don't have to be scared. It's okay. I do love the hugging though. It's cool. Did you see the lightning? Do you like it?